I think it's a very balanced budget. There is something in the budget for almost every sector, whether it is the rural economy, whether it is agriculture, whether it is affordable housing, whether it is youth and employment. So there is something in the budget for everyone. So in that sense, it's a very balanced budget. To me, one of the important features of the budget is that the fiscal deficit has not been breached much more than what was originally anticipated. People were believing it could be 3.4 or 3.5% of GDP, and the finance minister has said that it will be at 3.2%. So that to me is a benefit. But more importantly is the tax collection, the revenue, the collection, the amount of tax collected by the government is much higher than what was expected. And also the borrowing program of the government for next year is lower than what it was in the previous year. So that will, to my mind, have an effect on bringing down interest rates, at least in the short term. Another good feature of the budget, according to me, is that the demonetization itself would have resulted in a huge widening of the tax base. I was surprised to hear what the finance minister said, that there were only, I think he said 24 lakh individuals who declare a taxable income of more than 10 lakh rupees. I think that is a ridiculously low number. Also that there were, I think he said 7,781 companies that declare income, a taxable income of more than 10 crores of rupees. According to me, even this is a significantly understated number. So through the demonetization process, if we are able to get more and more people into the tax net, then the burden of taxation would be distributed amongst a larger group of people. The finance minister has also done a fair bit for the housing sector. Affordable housing is now given infrastructure status, so that will go a long way in bringing down the cost of funding affordable housing, which hopefully will have the effect of making housing more affordable. He has also made certain changes on capital gains, but that we'll have to read the fine tune in the budget to understand what changes have been made on capital gains. But I think another important thing is that on 31st December, the Prime Minister had announced a special scheme for housing, where he said that on up to 9 lakhs of rupees, there is a 4% subsidy that will be provided, and on up to 12 lakhs of rupees, there will be a 3% subsidy which will be provided. Now, there is a scheme in place today, and that scheme says that there is a 6.5% subsidy that will be provided, provided the person who's bought the house, the borrower, he's buying an apartment of less than 65 square meters, and if his income is less than 6 lakh rupees a year. Now with this amount going higher beyond 6 lakhs to 9 and 12 lakhs, one would also, I would presume when the scheme is announced, the scheme will now cover a wider section of the community, and even a lot of middle income people, middle class people will get the benefit of the scheme. So I would expect that when the scheme is announced, they will do two things. They will increase the income level, the eligibility income level, and they would probably also increase the average size of the apartment which can be financed and which is eligible for the subsidy. So I think these are some of the, another thing which I liked in the budget was the effort to bring in more transparency. The political donations would necessarily have to be through electronic media. The lowering of tax rates in certain slabs could lead to more consumption, and that is really what we need in India. To me, the reason why private sector investment has been a little sluggish in recent times has been because there is so much of excess capacity which has been developed in the system over time. Until that excess capacity starts getting used up, Indian private sector companies are not looking at making investments, or making investments at a slower pace. And to get capacity utilization higher, we need to increase consumption. So the lowering of the tax rates at the middle, in certain slabs, will certainly lead to more income in the hands of people, which should lead to more consumption. So I think this is a quick summary of some of the features which we heard in the finance minister, but one would have to read the language of the budget to give a more elaborate view.